Good day to all. Today we're going to present our journey that speaks to the launch of our digital space. It was around 2017 when we embarked on a mission finding together with the bank sector, where we took some trips to the European countries as well as Asia, as for us to understand the digital world that they will be able to assist us to enable our members to be relevant for the future world of work. In our journey, when we came back, we had to put together everything that we have acquired on the other side of our journey, where we produced a document. And in that document, we started to look at what will be the way forward for us as the union, so as for us to make sure that we equip our members to be ready to challenge the future world of work. So in so doing, we really looked at what are the things that really can make us to sync with the finance institution in which we operate in, so that we can create a value proposition that will speak to the relevancy of our members. So in 2017 late, we called for the digital endeavor, where we had all the banks, all the finance institutions. We also had a few of the sitters that can include the bank sitter, the in-sitter, and the other sitters within the space of the sitter space. And around that, we looked at how can we embark on a discussion where the banks can really tell us exactly what are they looking at to be the future skills in their institutions. And also we had some gurus who came to make some presentations about how they perceive the future world of work. And by so doing, we're looking at to say how do we transform the bank space that we are in. And in transforming that, we're also looking at to say how are we going to make sure that the skills set of our people in the finance institution will really match with the requirements of the future. So we've tried by all means to look at how can we, through the digitalization program, how can we get our members to be relevant, how can we look at the skill match that they will really save the jobs. At some stage, we were challenged as the union by Section 189s, that they were coming like a fashion. All the finance institutions, they wanted to tell that our members were not skilled so as to match what they were requiring. So within that Section 189, when we realized that the banks could not really understand what the union was all about, it's when we embarked on Section 77 that they almost rendered the banks around 2019 to close down, because of we were frustrated and realizing that we cannot really achieve what we wanted to achieve as the union. But having said that, much as the Section 77 strike did not really take place, but really that did not deter us from trying to make sure that we are still relevant as the union, as we are trying to create the union of the future. We went back to the drawing board, and at the drawing board we started to position ourselves to say what will be our role to make sure that we minimize Section 189s. We had all the assistant general secretaries, all the portfolio holders who had to give a definition of what they understand about Section 189. But at the same time, we also look at what can be done from our side as the union to make sure that we get our people to be relevant into the future world of work or of the finance institution. By so doing, we started looking around to say who can we partner with to make sure that we get the kind of skills that we believe will be relevant to our members. In this regard, we looked at companies like the DVA, which fortunately our Deputy General Secretary met with some of the guys that are directors of DVA during the presidential Fourth Industrial Summit, where they started discussing about the future world of work, and DVA came up handy, to us as the union, as we started negotiations or talks, where we looked at all the other programs that we believed that they will assist our members. As the union, what we are looking at is to say that we can be very delighted if our members, at least in the banking sector, in the finance sector, they can really have a digital literacy. Because we believe that digital literacy is something that will assist us, and digital literacy will assist our members to understand the digital world of work. In this regard, one of the very simplest things that we're looking at through digital space is to say to our members, how can they understand coding, which we believe that it's one of the languages, as well as Phantom, that we believe that is one of the languages that they will enable them to be able to get to other disciplines like the cyber crime, cyber clothing, you name it. So those are the things that we're looking at, and we believe that as the union, we are really making progress into that. So we also look at how can we partner with the sitters. In this regard, we looked at the in-sitter that has really assisted us, that has really came a long way, where we secured some of the funds where we'll be able to take our members through reskilling, upskilling, and also make sure that they become relevant to the future world of work. And as we're doing that, we are also trying to say, how can we create a proper value proposition that will speak to what our members are doing there. We looked at how do we make sure that our Sasbo members, they really are becoming relevant for what they are doing at their work. And much as they are what they are doing at their work, how can they secure, better paying positions, jobs in everything that they do. Then we also look at, together with our stakeholder, which is TVA, how do we really look at formulating those disciplines that will assist our members, so for them to be able, and so that they can be able to really be proper, fit and proper, and also be relevant in everything and anything that they do within the digital space. And we also look at what is it that we can do to make sure that we develop an information that will really strengthen, the representation of our members in their work, so as for them to really be able to challenge the future world of work. So by so doing, we believe as the union that we are building that union of the future, that union that speaks, to the needs of their members. So by so saying, comrades, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to join us, and let's celebrate the launch of the digital platform of Sasbo. Thank you.